Good morning. It's about 6:10. I'm on the trail. Been on the trail 5 minutes or so. I'm in a formation called the Ice Gulch. This is a deep gorge, I guess. They say that in some areas down in that gorge or gulch, whatever you want to call it, in the middle of the summer, you can see ice and snow still from the winter time. I haven't quite made it to the exact location, but that's part of it. So I was just trying to give you a morning rundown. I did 22.3 last night. I did not make it to my goal. I went into Great Barrington to pick up a package and spent an hour and a half doing that. I think I talked about how it just amazes me the kindness of people. It was a 6-mile round trip, and it took me an hour and a half to do that because people gave me rides. And in that hour and a half, I picked up a package, went to Subway, sat in Subway, ate a sandwich, and walked a mile to a grocery store, shopped, and then got another ride. So the longest part of it wasn't walking into town. So it just amazes me. So I'm going to try to go as far as I can get today. I'd like to do 25 plus. I've had some under 25 days, not under 20, but I need to bang out a big one today. So I can keep my daily mileage down there in the low areas. So when I get to the whites, I got something to spare. So okay, off we go. This is some unnamed pond along the trail. It doesn't even come up on gut hooks. It's very beautiful. And if you look at this right here, over here, this right here, on the back side of it, it's nothing but the huge, long beaver dam. So, all right, moving on. Look at that this morning. That's beautiful. All right, moving on. Okay, here's a little Massachusetts countryside for you. Walking through on the trail. Lots of pine, lots of broadleaf, but definitely more pine than usual. So, getting up there. Getting hillier, a lot more ups and downs. Difficulty levels getting up there too because of the ups and downs. Just not really difficult, just the ups and downs slow you down a lot. So, but I should be in Dalton, Massachusetts tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to take like a Nero, resupply, maybe shower, do some laundry, and then pick up my shoes and move on. Okay, so there you go. Okay, I made this road crossing. Come down about 100 yards to this little stand, and they have stuff you can buy. Place to charge your phone. They have chips, mixed nuts. That is alpaca fur, and apparently you can use it for padding. And they have cookies, Cliff Bars, granola bars. Place to charge your phone, make comments. In the refrigerator there's fresh eggs. Some of them, I don't know if they're hard boiled or not. So, but place to dump your trash. It was pretty nice. So I had my lunch here, and now I'm moving on. So there's where I had my lunch. Okay, so I think I had a little change of heart. I'm back there at that stand. I was talking with some other thru hikers, and there's a place called the Pond Mountain Cabin, and it's a place you can stay for donation. It's got a you can rinse off in the pond. You can't bathe in the pond, and a place to camp. And in the morning they serve breakfast, pancakes, all you can eat. And it's 21 miles for the day, I'm pretty sure. And it's a 20-mile hike into Dalton the next day. I'm pretty sure I could do that before 4 o'clock. And pick up my shoes, do my resupply, and then get out of there the next day. And I wouldn't have as much downtime in Dalton. I'd still get to Dalton when I need to, but just with less time. And wouldn't have to push a big 30 today. I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because, 21-mile day, and pancakes, it still meets my minimum mileage for the day, and I'm not going to be able to push a big mile if I get into Dalton the next day with only 7 miles. I'm still gonna have a lot of downtime, and if my package doesn't ride till the 22nd, I can't go until I get to the 22nd. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And if it arrives the 21st and it arrives the 21st and I get there before 4, I'll pick it up, and then I can still leave early the next day, still do a resupply, shower, and wash my clothes. So I still get everything done. I just don't have as much free time in Dalton to do it. But yet I get a hot breakfast. I think that's what I'm going to do. Porcupine right there. Hi there, little guy. Hi there. Hello. Last night at the shelter, we had a porcupine who was gnawing on the picnic table, and he was big. He was 3 times the size of that guy, and he had huge quills on him, and I threw a broom at him to get him to quiet down and to leave the shelter, and the bristle ends of the long broom hit his quills, and he drug it in his quills for about 3 or 4 feet before it fell out. It was quite funny. But he kept us awake pretty much from 12 to like 3 o'clock. About every 10 minutes he'd make his way back to the shelter and start gnawing on that picnic table again, and we'd have to scare him off. He got pretty brave too. He'd sit there and you'd shine the light at him, he wouldn't move. You'd get up and he'd run off, and then you'd throw something at him and he'd run off, and then you'd throw something at him and he wouldn't run off, and then you would have to take the broom and shoo him away. and he was pretty brave. So, but he was huge. He was a huge porcupine. So, I wish I could have got it on video, but my phone was off and it was charging. It would take forever to, you know, grab it and turn it on and get the camera up and get the light and all that other stuff. So he's usually gone by the time I would have had that taken care of. But I'm about a mile or two from the Upper Goose Pond cabin. So I'll try to take some video once I get there. So we'll see you there. Okay, if you can see through the trees, that's Upper Goose Mountain Lake. And I'm heading to Upper Goose Mountain cabin right now. And that's the lake over there. I'll try to get a better picture of it later on for you. But it's a beautiful lake. It's a really long, thin lake. And I noticed that Massachusetts is real boggy and swampy. Lots of ponds. You know, a lot of little streams and ponds between between the ponds. So, but the lake is beautiful. There's a lot of lakes and ponds up here. So, all right, and so when I get there, they're supposed to have a beach and a bunkhouse and some tent pads. See, there's a good picture. There's a good view of the lake. So, all right, I bet you there's a ton of fish in there. So, I would have never been here if I would have brought my fly rod. Never gotten this far. I can tell you that. But now that I am this far, I wish I would have. So, oh, here we go. This is, I think, Chimney Rock. Oh, coming up here. Hold on here. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. Okay, yeah, it's just an old chimney. That's all it is. Well, homestead. All right. So this is it, Upper Goose Pond cabin. I have arrived, and I'll try to get a better video of the place. But I'm going to go in here and see what I have to do to stay the night here. So. All right, talk to you later. So this is the lake, and I am going to take a bath in it. Just rinse off. But this is Upper Goose Lake. And this is the dock. This is the lodge I'm staying in. I'm looking at the wood beams because the wood beams are chestnut, and you just don't find this is chestnut. This has got to be 200 years old or older, because chestnut that's thick enough to make beams like this is extinct, and the chestnut that exists now is scrub chestnut. It's just that real thin, crappy stuff. But there's the fireplace. There's the dining room table. I'm going to have pancakes here tomorrow morning. Here's the couch. There's a bookcase. Here's a staircase that goes upstairs. And this is the back room, kitchen area. You're not allowed to cook in here. All your cooking has to be done out here, and this is where you cook out here. And There's the privy down there. There's the campfire place there. There's where we wash all our dishes. So there's the bear box. That's where you put your food. But that's it. And, there's the station where you can go and right there, where you can go and wash up and clean your face and all that stuff. So, all right, talk to you later.